I'm sorry. I will consume everything, even if it's bad.
3, 2, 1.
So, welcome back to another week of Server Restart In. It's a weekly World of Warcraft podcast with three opinionated players get together to discuss their thoughts and opinions about the current state of the game. I think I said opinions like 6 times there. My name is Jim, joined by Kristen.
Hello.
And Brian.
Hello.
And before we dive into what's I'm sure is on everybody's mind, I want to bring up something that I meant to bring up
What's on everybody's
last week.
mind?
We'll talk about it. You know what it is.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
As soon as we say it, you'll be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kirsten found a video and shared it. Did you watch this video, Brian?
Did you watch the video?
It's called WoW's Darkest Secret.
Did I? Where was it? Where'd you?
She shared it in the Discord group.
Yeah.
So, spoiler alerts, we're going to discuss the plot of this. It's got a pretty big twist at the end. The title of the video is WoW's Darkest Secret. You can find it on YouTube. House Hexagon, I think, is the channel. So if you want to watch it without spoilers, go ahead and just pause, watch it.
How did I miss this?
I don't know.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about it. Basically,
Brian's like, well,
do you want to watch it and we can talk about it later? We'll talk about it next week.
It's fine. I don't know the context of it. Just talk about it. It doesn't
it's
matter.
just a video.
It's just a video. It's a well done video, and it's got a it's really good. It's really worth watching, and we'll talk about it next week because it is a 20-minute video, so you can't just sit here and watch it.
Yeah.
Because we got other things to talk about.
We got shit to do.
But if anybody wants to not
you
be
said that we're gonna. I thought you said we're gonna talk about it.
Well,
if you haven't watched it,
I'd rather you watch it because I don't want to ruin it because it's really good. You know what I mean? So don't read the comments.
Don't read the comments. Just watch the video.
What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to watch the video
Okay.
after this. Sometime after this. Anyway, so I guess we'll talk about what is on everybody's mind, and that is the Warcraft mobile game, Arclight Rumble.
Oh
my God, I forgot about this.
It's not on my radar.
Yeah, I figured it wasn't. You guys have all forgotten about it.
Yep. I hope that it's forgotten about in
FYI, WoW's Dark Secret, is that what you said?
Yes. WoW's Darkest Secret.
Okay, WoW's Darkest Secret.
And it's
by who?
House Hexagon is the thing.
Yeah.
Do you want me to relink it so that you have a?
I don't even know where you linked it at before. Like, I get that it's in Discord, but I don't know where.
It's in our Discord group chat. And she linked it like on the 29th of April.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
It was so long ago. The one time I linked something in our Discord.
Anyway, I linked it again. So
it's
all right. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
All right.
This. Yeah.
So yes, Arclight Rumble. So I watched the reveal. Apparently, they made it seem like it was. I don't know. It felt like it was going to be like a live stream, like discussion, like they did with the expansion reveal. But I'm pretty sure it was definitely pre-recorded because of just all the effects they had in there or whatever. And like the whole time, the fucking chat is just like cringe, cringe, cringe. And I'm like, guys, what the fuck? It's like, just relax. It's a commercial.
It was kind of cringy.
They were trying. Okay, so it is a
no. It really felt like they were like, hey, all right, you guys are the chosen ones. Just nerd out, but here's your script to nerd out.
Well, I feel that
just be yourselves this way.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's they call it a
Remember,
tower
it's
off.
not Clash of Clans.
Yes, and it's Clash of Clans I think is different anyway. Like it's not a tower defense game. Like, and this is like
I don't know.
it's not a tower defense game. It's a tower offense
It just
game.
looks so dumb.
It looks like every other mobile game like that.
It
That's the
looks
style with just.
terrible.
I mean, you say it looks terrible, but that's like you have to understand these things run on phones, right?
Yeah.
It's designed for that kind
Don't
of
you
hardware.
have a phone, Jim?
Yeah, don't you? I have a phone.
Yeah, I have a phone.
It's like
too.
it's
Don't
not
you have,
gonna.
Don't you have the phone with multiple phones?
It's got a case for the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a phone
the
within
best
a phone.
phone ever.
Like
It's a good phone.
it should be. Yeah, I mean,
I'm
like-
just saying it's.
they should have just put classic on phones and been done.
No shit. Like, yes, please, just make a classic on phones.
What they should have done
Again,
is just
like I
release
said,
Warcraft on the
like
phone.
I said in chat, it's the game that no one wanted.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
Again, it still has to pass the shitter test, right?
meaning can you
does
just
it
sit
make
there-
your legs go numb
Oh.
on
Right.
on the shitter?
Oh.
Right.
So
Um,
obviously, either they started developing this. Maybe they made the decision to develop this a while ago when these types of games were maybe more popular. Because I don't know if they're.
well, did you see? Did you see what they said about Tom Shelton? Like he came out of nowhere, and that's what he's been leading the whole time. After he left, whatever had.
He said that there
whatever it
was
is,
2
Warcraft.
games in development, like a Clash of Clan type game and like a Warcraft Go type game that they scrapped. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
I don't know, but no, I'm just saying like he had a point, and then I forgot what it was. Oh no, the timeline. It had been like 2 years or something like that since he stepped away. Over 2 years? I don't know. I don't remember. So yeah, I mean, I think the timeline probably does fall back closer to.
Yeah, it probably got pushed back due to all the COVID stuff and all like the legal issues. There, you know what I mean? Like they just had so much turmoil going on. A mobile game probably got just kind of pushed back. And well, didn't they fucking announce this thing? Oh no, that was the Diablo one. Never mind. That was
You
was
have
the
phones,
other
don't
one.
you?
Which is funny because right now they've already made a PC port for Diablo Immortal, but they don't have one for this one. Because
And the hilarious thing is that Diablo actually looks a lot better.
Does it really?
well, it looks like
It actually
an
looks really
action.
good. Even
It looks
for
like
mobile.
a Diablo game, and
Yeah.
they've I would say it's like playing Genshin on your phone, right? It's got like those touch joystick
Yeah.
controls and stuff like that. So I mean, those kind of games exist, and you can make a Diablo type game like that. That I think probably would work very well.
I have to say, I'm terrible at Genshin on my phone. Oh, so bad. Like I'm
I
okay
suck
at
too,
it.
really bad, actually.
I'm okay at it on PC, but I am absolutely abysmal on my. And I even made my own controller to be able to play it, like because you can make your own controllers with those phones. So I even made my own controller, like so it had the things in the correct places for me, and like the buttons and stuff. And it was still, I'm terrible, so bad.
I'm so bad I've never played it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
I've never played it either, and I will never play that
I
game.
know.
But-
I haven't played it in a while.
but-
so.
I think that they were trying to hit a certain market, and like that trend probably has passed, but like they had probably sunk enough into it that they needed to release it to maybe recoup some things.
Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna try it out. But
Yeah, I mean, I think it
I wish
looks,
it was
I'm
something
not.
else.
Yeah.
I'm not.
but I mean, this is again their first foray into a Warcraft mobile game. So, other than the companion app, which is just Mission Table Manager, without all like the add-ons to help you actually make good choices.
I would have taken Mission Table Manager if it wasn't connected in the game. Like,
Yeah.
Well, people were like, "Why didn't you just give us like
Mission
a
tables.
pet battle game?"
A pet battle game. Wow, Pokemon.
I mean,
Boom, done. I would have played that.
they may have
it just
been.
sucks because it's fucking Warcraft and it's RPG and all this shit. They got all this good shit they could do on a mobile device, and they choose shit.
They could have made a dancing game.
But they could have not made any of that and done something like RPG.
You guys can't tell. I just gave her the look.
Oh yeah, I got the evil. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, they can make a TikTok, right? A war talk. War talk? Well, I don't know. And Jim could dance.
No.
No?
No, I don't think that's gonna happen, Brian. Oh, you're making my head hurt. Ow. No, I mean, I don't know. It looks like it's a type of game that some people are gonna like. I think most people that play World of Warcraft are gonna be like, not for me. But if it serves as a way to get people interested in the characters and then maybe want to go see some of the other games, you making a face, you know what I mean? But it's like, if it benefits,
this is also I got a shit face.
you know, you need Arclight Rumble now. Did you sign up? Did you sign up for the beta?
No.
You did.
Maybe.
I did.
Oh my god, you guys are terrible.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I will consume everything, even if it's bad. But that doesn't mean any less to my opinion towards the type of game they should actually make. Just because, like, it goes back to even the idea of creating anime episodes, you know, or shorts or something more out of the fucking lore, right?
Oh,
Like invest something into the game outside of the core game itself in order to buff it up even more. And it doesn't have to be a stupid fucking mobile game. Not that it's just a mobile game, it's just fucking, it looks stupid. I'm sorry. To me, it looks stupid.
I
know it doesn't
agree.
look stupid
if
like
it had come
everybody,
out 2 years ago, do you think that you would still think that?
Yes. The
Oh,
art is
I mean,
if it would have
terrible.
if it would have came out between 9.0 and 9.1 or 9.1 and 9.2, I probably would have cared a little bit less. But yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I was really stoked and then severely disappointed, so that sucks. But
I think a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
people
I mean, I hope
were.
it's just me.
I mean, it looks interesting, and you know, whatever.
I think the shitty thing is like you know, they came out of Hearthstone like out of nowhere, and it was a blast. And it still is a blast, right? It's a good game you can go back and forth on. That's a mobile game as well. It works better on tablets, I think, than phones, but it's still a mobile game nonetheless.
I liked Heroes of the Storm better. I like that one. That one's still
Heroes
fun
of
for
the
me.
Storm was nice, but I mean, it's like this is like, I guess,
Was
one
it?
of their
It wasn't like a
swings.
mobile game though, was it?
No,
No.
but you could.
Was it on mobile?
It was
Could
MOBA,
you do it on mobile?
not mobile. No,
You don't think so?
no, because it wouldn't run. It's not designed.
Yes.
No, not about running. The gameplay though, I think you could.
Yeah.
I actually did like it in the
I liked
beginning.
it
I loved
too.
playing
It was
Yeah.
fun to play.
It was up until the point that somebody gave me shit for being mirrored in, and I didn't do something I was supposed to specifically, gameplay wise.
Well, that's the whole
And that's
fucking
why I stopped
problem.
playing.
Is
Well-
you get the assholes that are all about.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I liked it the most because I could play with bots. I could play with the AI, and I could still do all the stuff with
Yeah.
the AI, and I liked that because I don't want to play in MOBAs. Typically, anytime you see a MOBA, you typically see a more toxic mentality
might as well
in that
dr-
fan base, and I don't like
drink
that.
a cup of salt.
Yeah, I don't like that. So I would much rather play with bots who aren't going to be toxic. And, you know, people could be, oh, we'll get good. And then you don't have to worry about people being toxic. But,
No, because to
I'm
be
a-
good, you have to be toxic.
yeah, I mean,
You know what's funny though?
ah,
This game really like gave me the feeling of like Warcraft 3. The isometric look, the chunky characters again, but it's just it was just enough over that bar. I don't know, that threw me off quite a bit. And I won't lie, I mean, I kind of do like the whole concept of tower defense, offense, whatever. Throw some stuff in, see what happens, make it happen, all that junk. But there was enough there that was just enough, like a little bit out of my interest range. And I think that just severely disappointed me.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's going to be a lot of people. I think that this is, especially now when it came out in 2022, is a niche type of game that has lost its popularity. You know, it's like, I don't mind the
not to
aesthetic.
mention that it seems to take them forever to like decide on something and execute on it, right? Like that's great that they can like create polished games, but honestly, I'd rather you create 3 shit games and see if one sticks at this point. Like I don't like like we wait years at this point for games from Blizzard, and
Is that
I'm not saying they should just crank out stuff like it's Disney buying Star Wars, although that wasn't too bad in my opinion.
right?
But I think I don't know. I really hope the Microsoft deal, if it goes through, I hope that's one of those things like where they pump more
Resources,
effort. I don't want to say I don't want to say money, but yeah, like effort into
resources
those
could be
areas.
developers too. You know what I mean? It's like
Not anything though, like just getting stuff to market with the core IPs that they have, just because we would eat them up in a heartbeat, right? But if what's going to take is them analyzing shit and realizing they need to make certain things just to buff up their bottom line, right? But just because they have a gap in the market somewhere, like fuck you, like come on.
Yeah, I really think that this was a decision that came out of a certain period of time that's that ship has sailed, but they had too much done to just scrap it, I guess, and or the right person was just like, no, we need to just push this out, even if it's whatever. It's like, it's one of those things that they've done the work, and if they're trying to change their culture and they want to support their developers and all that stuff, imagine like the morale hit it would take to these people that work on this game, and they just and they got that close to it and they just said, nah, we're done with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they're kind of...
Well, didn't they say that there was something else going on and they canceled that instead? Like,
they said
like,
that. I know, but I mean, who knows
or
how
look at
far
a game,
along
or look
that
at the
was.
game like Overwatch 2, right? And some of the beta, alpha, whatever people are invited to, like, it's just Overwatch 1,
I didn't understand what the hell it was. Is it just like a new story with like a different character models?
I will admit I don't know enough about it really to judge it that hard, but the first thing that I heard from someone that had played one and they got into whatever it is going on was that it was just a better looking Overwatch 1. So
wait,
I don't know.
Is Overwatch? There's an Overwatch 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
There's like a beta or an alpha going on right now or something like that.
I mean, it's a thing, and it's whatever. It's it's just one of those things that I didn't understand the need for it, and I don't understand the difference.
Oh man, like a serious RTS mobile type of game with a bunch of work and stuff in it. Oh, that would have been so awesome.
Yeah.
They could have just remastered Warcraft, Orcs and Humans, and just...
Let's go pump the brakes on the whole remastering stuff.
Well, I just mean like
I know
rework it for mobile, right?
Even if it was just a simple version of it for mobile, but it had that quirkiness and stuff, and it wasn't overdone. Like hell yeah, give me that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, if they had done like a base building thing that was Warcraft themed, that probably would have been better instead of a tower defense.
Yeah,
where you're just pumping units out.
And it's all like
I guess
all their levels are inspired by the expansions or something.
If you think about it, tower defense and base building are just two halves of RTS games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you build your units in the tower defense game. You're not necessarily, well, I guess in this one you kind of are farming gold because you have to capture points like the mine to get the gold to build the characters. So it's kind of it's real-time strategy-ish.
Don't try to make sense of it, Jim.
I don't know. It's just
If we need to align on taking shits on it. Okay, so let's do that. Cut that out.
I reserve my shit taking for when I've actually played it. It's like I'm willing to try it out and see what it's like. It's like I get that it doesn't look like Warcraft. It doesn't even look like Warcraft 3.
I know it doesn't look appetizing, but I'm gonna eat it. I know I will. I always will. And I really hope I'm wrong.
You're like,
I hope I'm wrong.
Hey, how long's that chicken nugget been sitting out on the counter?
I know that's a steaming pile of shit, but I'm gonna eat it anyway.
I'm kind of grateful that it doesn't look that good because I don't really need another game to play.
There is that too.
I don't really need another.
They don't
even for mobile. Like I don't.
No.
I don't really feel like I have time in my life right now for a mobile game, except for bedtime. Like bedtime is still that time that like I could spend probably about 30 minutes, and I choose to like watch documentaries and stuff before I go to bed like an old man.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, hey, somebody's got to watch Ancient Aliens.
Hey, shout out to the Monty Python documentary, okay? Because it is delightful.
Is it really?
I think
it's like 12 years old, but it's on Netflix, so
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll get back into some of the game stuff since there's some more information coming out about the 925 stuff. I think we touched on the class combos that are coming out, how they're opening up, mage, priest, and rogues. You could be any race. So, with some sort of overarching goal of eventually breaking down the class race combo, paywall, I guess you could say. I don't know. The delineation.
Oh, did you see that the 925 PTR had the cross faction stuff?
Yeah, they told us that the cross faction instance play was coming in 925.
Oh, I know that it's on the PTR right now, so it's kind of cool to see people cross factioning.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing. It's like I don't know if we'll benefit from it at all.
Yes. Yeah, no, because unless they make it like guild, then no.
Well, it won't be.
Yeah.
At all, and
then
it's
really.
instanced content only currently.
Yeah.
With the other stuff being looked at, Speaking of the PTR, they did find some vendors for the raids, the faded raids. So you know how in season 4, it's gonna be you're gonna have a rotation of the raids. So each week it's a different raid that's faded, which basically is like an affix or whatever. There's going to be a currency that you can buy.
Oh,
not buy.
I was thinking of that because you don't know what the cost is going to be. I bet you the cost is going to be Valor, and you're going to have to choose between.
No, they know what the cost is.
No, I bet you the
Gold.
cost for those tokens that you have to buy the things with is going to be Valor. So that way, what?
It's on the store. You have to buy it.
Yeah, it's on the store. No, because they limit your Valor as it is anyway. You only get 6,000 Valor per season, which is super annoying because if you get something cool, you have to say, or you don't get something cool, you have to save up your Valor in case you get this one thing so you can upgrade it or whatever. It's dumb. What they should do is I fixed it, by the way. I fixed Valor. They should let you refund it. So if you get an item and you're not using that item anymore, because you get a better one and you want to use the Valor on that, you take the Valor out of that old item and put it in the new one. See? Boom. That way.
The only problem with that is how do you tell if it's an item that you upgraded or an item that you got at that level?
I don't know. Put a tag on it. Upgraded.
So I'm going to go ahead and poke a few holes in your currency argument. It's not going to be Valor.
My gosh, Jim.
I know, right?
But it's not going to be Valor because Valor is for Mythic Plus, and this is Raid.
All right.
And
all right.
there won't. Oh my God! They're not gonna make you farm one currency to buy another currency to buy an item. They're probably gonna be drops.
You don't
in
think
the
that
way.
would
about
happen?
that, Jim?
Like,
What?
you think that won't happen? Brian's like, are you sure about that? Like, you should have seen his face when you sure about that? You sure about that? They're not
I
gonna
wouldn't
make
put
you
it
do
past
that.
you at
I
this
would
point,
not
but
make it
whatever.
past them either.
I have a feeling that they're gonna drop from raid bosses, and because you can only have 3.
So we're never gonna see them because God knows we don't ever see anything drop from from raid bosses. They're not loot bosses.
I don't know, but it's gonna allow you to buy weapons and trinkets from the raids at a 285 normal item level, which means that when we start doing that, the item level for normal faded raids is 285 for the drop, which means they're basically giving us, what is it, 8.3, where you had nothing but the horrific vision or the
Corrupted stuff.
yeah, it's like they're basically letting us just build up all this like insane power just for shits and giggles because
Just to take it away in the next expansion.
No, because well, no.
It's what we wanted, kind of like.
If you think about it, this is gear, right? There's not going to be a stat squish. There's not going to be a level squish. That power isn't borrowed power. That carries over to the next expansion
until you replace it with green gear, which is what.
But
we
that
always
doesn't.
do.
But that doesn't necessarily mean you're losing power if you're replacing it. And normally you can ride that for half levels before you start replacing it.
I know.
Quest items. So I mean, it's.
I'm just being a salty witch.
Oh.
That's all. That's all.
Damn.
I'm just being salty.
I don't know. I thought that it's neat that
I think it would be neat if it worked the way that it should work and not the way that they're probably going to make it work. You know what I mean? I've been burned too many times by Blizzard saying that they're going to give us something and then they give it to us, but it's the monkey paw thing. You know? It's not the way that we wanted it, you know?
But this isn't the way this isn't anything anybody asked for. So you can't have wanted this anyway other than the way that they're giving it to you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We kind of did though, didn't we? Like we wanted to. Either way, like I think it's a fantastic.
We wanted to be able
deal.
to buy gear in the raids like we could in Mythic Plus.
Well, I mean,
And
in this
that's,
case, like
you know,
if they're trying to overpower us to have some fun between lulls, I think that's a good step forward.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. We can at least agree on that.
We can agree on that.
Because
Yes.
I think it will be fun just to see it in action because it's something that we haven't had. You know, it's like the last patch before an expansion has always just been, well, I guess just keep working on the last raid and progressing to higher levels of that raid and just kind of, that's that, Whereas here there's actual goals. If you defeat or clear all the faded raids, they're adding the slime cat mount, which is crazy that,
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
You remember all the mounts that you could vote on?
Yeah.
So we got the was it the Wandering Ancient was the mount we got?
Yeah.
The spell book
Right.
is in there because they put that into the Mage Tower.
Yeah.
If you do all 7 class ones or whatever, the Mage Tower, you get the spell book.
I'm going to wait till it's super easy to do them.
Right, and it's up all the time now.
Yeah.
Well, they did. They made it just up all the time. Like, you know
No,
what?
I know. I'm just saying I'm going to wait till it's super easy to do them. There's not ever going to be a time where it's going to be super easy to do.
Yeah, because it fucking takes away like all your shit. Like your covenant stuff goes away, and it's annoying.
Which is kind of crazy because a lot of those you had to have specific legendaries for.
Yeah,
And
even
you
if
don't
you wear,
have access to them anymore, which kind of sucks.
I
you
still
know?
have them all.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you don't get to use them in it.
I know, and that's kind of shit that you can't use it.
I agree.
but
you should
part of
be able
that-
to use those legendaries.
Part of that is most of the legendaries that you would have used,
Yeah.
at least as far as Death Knights are concerned, are baked into the class. Like Cold Heart
Must
that
be nice.
oh whatever.
Whatever.
Ever.
Let's see. We talked about the weapons. So there was a blue post on the professions revamp with some more clarification, with the caveat that obviously it's still actively being worked on, so it's not necessarily, whatever set in stone. They basically said that, to craft higher level items and all that stuff, it's not going to be like the legendary base items were, where you have to make a certain amount of one to get to the next level and all that stuff. It's the system's going to be different. It's going to have to do with getting like special reagents or stuff like that, or talenting into it and stuff like that. So it's not going to be as based on gold as the legendary stuff was, because obviously if you wanted to up your crafting stuff in Shadowlands to make the legendary items so that you could sell them or whatever, you had to dump a lot of gold in to get the mats to level the item up so you could make the thing, and that was a pain in the ass. They're adding in a recrafting ability, meaning that you can take a piece of gear that you crafted and then you can either upgrade some of the optional reagents or make it a higher quality. And they're also looking to make that as like a work order system as well. So somebody can be like, hey, I got this crafted item. I want to upgrade it, or I want to change some things, or they can put a work order to have somebody do that for them. So it seems like it'll be interesting to see how this works out.
I really hope that does work out. That sounds cool.
It does sound good.
That sounds really cool.
And it's just like, I don't know. It sounds like a good system, and I hope they do it right, or at least get a really good base for it down. That's not, just so it's just not utter shit,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or it fails too quickly.
Yeah. Well,
that's the problem with a lot of stuff that they try to iterate on. Like their iterations are 2 years at a time. So like you can't trial this stuff and try to figure it out. Like, that's why I think their whole rating stuff they're putting into 925, and they've already said that they're just looking to see if they can trial some stuff and get some data from it to make better decisions on what they try to do. I like that concept.
I think the patch before a new expansion is a good place to try new systems out. Now, obviously, you couldn't have done artifact weapons or the Azerite gear, that might, when you can't try out systems that are going to be the core, your planned core mechanic for the new expansion.
That's what beta's for, but
they have to listen.
Thank you. Yes, they have to listen.
I agree.
I'm telling you, it was so frustrating being in the beta and telling them straight out that this shit sucked, and nope. It's fine. It's very frustrating.
It feels like they've gotten better. So it's hard to abandon core mechanics late in the game, because even by the time you hit beta, a core mechanic is a core mechanic, and that's what everything's built around. And so it's really hard to find a way to pivot in such a way that it's not bad, because like at the time for the Azerite gear, it's like it's fairly obvious that they were digging their heels in, right? Mm-hmm. No, it'll be fine. No, it'll be fine. And then they eventually made some changes to the gear so that you didn't have to necessarily relearn the stuff to get like the rings. You just had to proceed to a certain level. They tied it to the heart instead of the piece itself, I think. So like as you leveled your heart up, you unlocked the outer rings and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's like something like you can't just scrap it and throw it away. Same thing with like the Covenant stuff. It's like it's hard to find a way to make it relevant and meaningful, but also address concerns. So hopefully they'll get some good feedback from like the alpha and the community council that you never hear anything about anymore. The thing they did that, like, where the fuck is that? Like, nobody talks about it.
Because it's non-existent.
You know, so whatever. But it feels like they're starting to get back to the point where they're at least acknowledging community feedback and taking it into consideration as they do development. So, I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, I guess that's all. You know, it's
always we'll see.
Fool me once, you know. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. Yeah, I had to think about that.
Oh, it's still shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you.
It is.
Quit taking advantage of me, but I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what? Munchausen's or whatever.
What?
Munchausen's syndrome. Like where you fall in love with your captor.
No, that's not
That was Thrall.
That's begins with an S. Oh my god.
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome. Munchausen's is where you
think you're sick. You pretend to be sick.
You pretend to be sick. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta go, guys.
Gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah. Stockholm syndrome. It's what I meant. It's what I said. Just rewind the tape. That's what I said.
What I want to know is why Munchausen's is in your it's in your thought.
I don't know.
It's in your thoughts right now.
Because it's a syndrome. I don't know. And it's the first thing that popped into my head. I don't
Weird.
Like cowbell?
More cowbell. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Oh my god.
It's probably one of the best fucking skits ever. Anyway, so there is a little bit of information coming out. So I guess it's Children's Week right now. And I guess when they introduced it,
oh my god, yeah.
back in the day, there was a blood elf orphan.
Well, okay.
And
they changed the achievement, so you don't need to have School of Hard Knocks anymore for the Drake.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about.
No, I know.
At all.
But I wanted to throw that out there because I'm kind of mad because I did it and I hate PvP and I did it and now it's gone. I'm like,
the achievement is not gone.
You just don't need it
just
for
not required. They've done that in the past.
I know, but it's frustrating.
And
you hate PvP?
Oh my god, I hate PvP. So much.
I'm sure with a dragon-centric expansion coming along, they kind of wanted to make it so that people could get all their fancy dragons to show off. I don't know. They should just give me a blue proto drake at this point.
Dragons.
They should just give you a blue one at this point.
Yeah. But no. So there was a blood elf orphan
this is cool. Yeah.
named Salandria, and you could take her out on adventures, and one of them, she wants to go see the Dark Portal and all this other stuff, because this is like around BC. It's like when like this quest takes place kind of thing. And like, she's not, it's like, they talk about her. She's not afraid of anything or dangerous places. She wants to go see the Dark Portal. She finds it fascinating, not scary. You take her to the Caverns of Time, or she talks about she wants to be a mage or a warlock, learn some of the elemental forces, or even a blood knight, so she really wants to be something like, or even a fucking rock star. What the fuck? Okay. But
what?
She even talked about wanting to be a rock star.
Like, where did that come from?
All right.
That's a quote from her. It says, "See that? They were cheering for me. I felt the power and the energy. I'm going to be a rock star when I grow up." So maybe not a rock star, but maybe just like a really important public figure. Yeah. And so if you take her to the Caverns of Time, or when you take her there, some of the Wardens of Time come up to attack her. And they get stopped by Zaladormu, who yells at them, and he's like, "This girl has done nothing and will not be held accountable for what she might do or fail to do in the future."
That's really cool.
And this is shit that's
actually
been
a pretty epic way of setting up some stuff.
Right?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? So she, after that...
And before the person who wrote Zorval's story comes in and fucking wrote it.
So you give her a toy dragon, and she takes it, and then she says, "Awesome, a dragon of my very own." Someday I plan to own a real one. And then like
Yeah.
it's got emotive text that says Salandria slyly eyes her new toy, the gears within her mind turning.
I mean, own a new own her own
So,
dragon. Just
and
sounds terrible.
Once you
Like-
do the quest line, she gets adopted by Lady Liadrin, who's the leader of the Blood Knights, which are the Blood Elf Paladins.
Yeah.
So she goes there. She's in 925. She's all grown up.
All grown up.
And she is apprenticing to Lady Liadrin as a thing. So there's all this stuff that she does. Oh, let's see. There's a quest and like where you run a race against a Kyrian, and she's like, "Well, I'm going to cheat because I want to win," and all that stuff. So, she does all that stuff. So there's all this speculation that she might be a figure in the Dragonflight stuff because she talked about wanting to own a dragon and all that stuff. So that is some fucking cool ass shit.
That's pretty cool.
Bringing stuff back.
yeah.
It's like Shadowlands did a little bit of that, like with Mankirk's wife. They brought all like the little Easter eggs and stuff in the Shadowlands.
Yeah.
But this is like next fucking level shit.
Yeah.
That's
That's
cool.
actually really cool. That was really interesting to see.
Yeah. So there's no guarantee she's going to be in Dragonflight, but it'd be really, really hard to imagine that she wouldn't have something to
Right.
do in there.
That's pretty cool, man.
Oh, we got some news today.
News today.
Apparently, it looks like Season 4 does not begin when 925 launches. Sepulchre, Ahead of the
When's
Curve,
925
and Cutting
launch?
Edge achievements, they haven't said yet,
Oh, okay.
will be disabled when Season 4 begins. Okay, so 925 isn't going to mark the end of the ability to do it. It's just eventually when Season 4 begins, those achievements will be unavailable and the new raids will start. So, yeah, no date on it, but I have a feeling it's got to be pretty soon, right? It's got to be.
You think so?
I really
Why? Why does it got to be pretty soon? I don't
Or
want it to be
fairly soon. Like not like
we haven't even finished normal yet.
Well,
We
We're about 3 months into the patch, aren't we?
yeah.
Almost 3 months in the patch.
We haven't even finished normal yet. Like normally we at least get through normal
yeah.
before it comes
I
out.
could see it. I could see it around August or so. Like,
Well, that's what I mean. It's got to be
It's only
later this
May.
year.
It's only May now.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's around the corner. August is around the corner.
3 months.
You blink and it's
Dude.
going to be here.
3 months.
this summer will be 3 years since. Oh man, Nazjatar.
No.
That's
Aw.
crazy. 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
Damn.
And all those fun puzzles and stuff and the daily
And
quest.
and new home.
New home.
New home.
Oh, yeah, the best time.
Oh yeah.
When
Was that your PvP heyday?
That was the PvP.
that was, for those who don't recall or didn't play in Nazjatar, it was, the Naga home area, and then you could get these pods, and if you consumed the pod, it gave you just like this giant jump, and you would just jump around and bounce around, and they put the Alliance and the Horde bases in this zone relatively close, and they would have events called, not even, they had like zone PvP things. Was they called Battlefield Nazjatar?
Yeah.
Or whatever, where you have to go,
Mhm.
fight to get certain points, and if you were in PvP, it would be, fight the other faction for control of it. But War Mode was really fun there because there was a bridge that separated these two things. And there was a time we spent like 6 hours
Yeah, it was a long time.
just back and forth, popping these pods and just bouncing around and just killing the hell out of them. And we would push into
New home.
whatever the Alliance base was and just take it over and just kill anybody that showed up. and we'd sit in there for
Which
about.
was kind of mean.
We would only sit in there for about 10 minutes,
We
then we would
weren't-
leave. It's not
yeah.
like we just kept it.
I know we didn't keep doing it. But
Yeah, but we renamed it New Home, and
that
it
was our new home.
it was fun. It was like a really good PvP thing because it was just like big groups of people. It was almost like a South Shore feel,
Yeah, it was.
like.
That's cool.
You know-
I do. I remember playing in that fight a little bit back
Yeah.
and forth.
Yeah.
Where just down like where it forked from the
Yeah.
Alliance up the road going up to New
Yeah.
Helm, and that's where it kept going back and forth right there. It's like, oh man, like how do they nail this? Like
Yep.
so great. It's
It
so
was
much
fun being like Blood Death Knight, bouncing around and gripping people and shit. Could you imagine doing that now with Covenant powers?
Let me tell you, it was a lot of fun being.
Oh, you were a bear?
I was a bear, and people couldn't kill me, and I just kept bouncing around, running in, like harrying people, and then running back out and just jumping. Oh my god, it was terrible. It was fun. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun.
awesome.
It was fun. Oh, those were the days.
That was a good time.
And then Kristen never PvP'd again.
And then I never PvP'd again because I get too bloodthirsty when I PvP.
She doesn't like
I mean,
to be
it says
competitive.
something though,
I
right?
don't like to be competitive.
It
It's
says
an
something to have
uncomfortable
some-
feeling being
See,
competitive.
so PvP like that though, that's imbalanced PvP. That's what makes it fun. Like you're gonna suck some, and then you can have some overly extreme fun with it as well.
right.
And
Yeah.
I think that's like
The only
sweet spot.
reason, the only thing to do for that was there were some achievements.
There were some achievements.
You could become an assassin.
Yeah.
If you killed enough of the opposing faction, you'd be
Oh,
marked on the
yeah.
map and you couldn't mount. And then if you killed more people as you were that, you would get, there was a quest
yeah, because
for
it was like a
Didn't
little
I-
silver icon around the
Wasn't-
map, wasn't it? It was
Wasn't
like
I an assassin once?
Oh, we all got the we got the
did get the
achievements.
achievement, that's
It was
right.
like Slayer of the Alliance or something like
Yeah,
that, with like the
that's right.
title or like the quest. Yeah, it was like a little gold marker or something. It was or a skull icon
Yeah,
or
and
something.
you couldn't do anything.
You couldn't mount. You couldn't get on. And it's like so
Yeah.
you were screwed if you were somewhere where
Yeah.
you were out in the wild, away from guards or something.
Yep. It was fun though. It was.
It was
You know.
fun. And then in 8.3 you got the knife, and you could stab yourself
Yeah.
with the knife and turn in and fight your own faction.
Yeah.
And if you killed enough people that way, you got Servant of Azoth or whatever,
Yeah.
and you got the toy that you could use.
Yep. Yep.
That was fun.
I didn't get that, but that's
Probably still can.
yeah. I'm not gonna. I have zero.
Are you sure?
I have
Because we were
zero desire.
because we were
to do
having
that.
people because you had to get like 10 unique kills, and we were
Yeah.
getting people to come over. You sure?
Yeah. No.
Well, I don't know. It's not really much else going on. I cleared the layer 4 of the Jailer's Gauntlet, and then I got the mount, which is nice. And then it unlocked 4 more layers. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That was as hard as it is. I'm still kind of under geared for it, but
Yeah.
I just pushed through until I got enough powers and it didn't matter.
That's how I do every Torcast.
Well, the Jailer's Gauntlet's a little bit different. You don't get the benefit from the Book of Knowledge or whatever.
Oh no.
No.
Okay.
And if you die, it brings back, I think, the concept of the Terror Grew.
Oh.
Like if you die enough, you get kicked out. But it's just like you go onto a circular platform and there's gates and mobs just kind of come out,
Mhm.
and they just drop powers.
Yeah, I've yet to do it.
We could give it a try in a little bit if you want.
Yeah. I have yet to do it probably because I don't care to do it. I'm leveling my paladin so I can finally have one of every faction or one of every covenant. Like I now have renown for Revendreth, for Maldraxxus, and I got the Jelly Cat today, and obviously the Night Fae.
Yeah, that's another thing that they're adding with the next thing is there's going to be like a meta achievement for doing a bunch of achievements. It'll give you like a title called Veil Walker or whatever, and like including they're adding new achievements to. It's called renown to get all 4 covenants up to 80 renown and stuff like that.
Funny. Renown.
Yeah, and stuff. So yeah, there'll be stuff to work on and whatnot. So, all right. Well, I don't have anything else. I don't think there's much else. What do you think?
I don't have anything else.
Nope.
I'm
All
renowned
right.
41.
That's fantastic. And on that note, we'll go ahead and call it here. Thanks everybody for listening. You can check us out at.
Did we talk about Threads of Fate before?
Yes,
Sorry.
we talked about it last week about how it was awesome
Oh, okay. All right.
and how it
Never
went so
mind.
fast.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. You don't remember what we talked about.
I don't.
But
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Now you got to do your whole spiel all over again.
that's okay. And thanks for listening. You can check us out at facebook.com/server restart in. Choose a tweet at server_restart. And just go ahead and send Kristen some congrats on getting renown 41 on her Paladin. And catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.